Janjo.
You've been thunderstruck. Hey everyone, I am Jesse from the Janjo Zone here for another Janjo's Deck Builder, a GOAT format deck profile in which we'll be talking about a creator deck or a thunder deck. And yeah, let's just get started. This is Janjo and I'm building a deck, yeah. So before we jump into the deck profile, consider checking out my sick merch, and also consider checking out my Patreon if you want to request a deck profile or a discussion for the channel, also to get your name at the end of these videos. Want to support Janjo, get your name in videos, or request content for the channel? Then check out my Patreon for exclusive perks, content, and stretch goals. When it comes to Thunder decks, I wanted to do a light deck. That was the thing I wanted to do. Initially, I had a build that was a Thunder Gate deck, a Reasoning Gate deck, but there's actually a lot of really good light monsters I wanted to do. So it evolved out of the Reasoning Gate variety, maybe for a different day, so I could make a more standard deck using more light monsters I wanted to use. Obviously, this deck could be adjusted to your own liking. And if you have any changes to it, definitely let me know in the comments at the end of this video. So let's jump into the deck profile. So when it comes to Thunder monsters, it's definitely the one I wanted to focus on. That was the creator. He was in Rise of Destiny, not a very good card, but definitely memorable. He has a really cool look to him, big orange high C dude. His effect reads that he cannot be special summoned from the graveyard, which is unfortunate for a guy named the creator. Once per turn, you can target one monster in your graveyard. So one card from your hand to the graveyard, then if you do, special summon that target. So each turn, you can special summon a monster, in theory. Now, he has 3,000 defense, 2,300 attack. So he's definitely more of a defensive card used for his effect purposes. I really wish they gave him a little bit higher attack, like 24, 26, come on. He only has one other card, which is the Creator Incarnate. This guy, you can tribute him to special summon a creator from your hand, so he's a really easy way to get him out, which is fantastic. Also, really not bad stats, 1,600 attack, 1,500 defense. Like, if you're playing like some sort of 1-in-1 build, that wouldn't be too shabby. A great way to search him out, though, is Reinforcements of the Army. We're only going to play one. I know Dueling Book says one, but this is modern format. Ban list they're using, but Yugioh format you can use two, but we're only going to use one because we don't really have too many targets other than him. The other one is being DD Warrior Lady, which is another light warrior with a good effect. It depends how you look at it. I've been on the other side of DD Warrior Lady at times. In one ways, it doesn't do too much, but what it does is really annoying and can out certain cards. So the more annoying stuff your opponent to deal with, the better. So that's going to be it for the Warrior Engine, but for the rest of the light monsters, we're actually going to play a couple more tribute ones, because I want to run as much Thunder cards as possible. Song of the Thunder. Now, he has pretty good stats, too. 2,600 attack, 2,200 defense. And during damage calculation in your opponent's turn, if he's being attacked, the monster you can make the monster have 0 attack during damage calc. It's a quick effect. So he essentially gets, like, a free kill in. You can only use it once he's on the field, but still not bad stats. He's not going to be the main card you're going to get out, but I mean, he's there if you need him. Sure, why not? And you can kind of see remnants of a Reasoning deck, a lot of different levels. Next, we're playing one Zaborg. In theory, you could probably, if you want to make this a bit better, you probably could replace Songa with a Zaborg, but this is a bit more of a fun build. Zaborg, he's only one tribute, but he targets one monster on the field and destroys it, which is good, because you can do face-down monsters. Gotta be careful, though, because if they have no monsters, you gotta pop your own, and that's not very good. When it comes to some other Thunder monsters, of course, is Thunder Dragon. We're gonna play 3 of him, Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon. We gotta have him in the extra deck, too. Great card to discard for discard fodder. But we're also going to play for another card, actually. We're going to play one Polymerization for a nice tech card. This one you could probably switch out for whatever you feel like, whether it is another trap card or a Metamorphosis, whatever suits your fancy. I do like the spice here, though, because you don't have to use them for discard. Because we will be playing discard cards to maximize Thunder Dragon. But because you are playing a Thunder deck, you gotta have a way to get him out. And he's at, again, really good stats for these Thunder monsters. 2000 attack, 2100 defense. That's not bad. And you can surprise your opponent with a quick special summon. And once you get him out that way with the proper way, then you can actually bring him back in the future with the Creator. So you can really get your ball rolling. You know, let's say you discard Song Out of the Thunder and bring him back with the Creator. So yeah, there's definitely strategy in here. Unless you're playing 2 Thunder Nyans, it's a pretty good 1900 attack monster. If there's a non-light monster on your side of the field, destroy the card. Which is unfortunate, but we're not playing any non-light monsters. This is a pure mono-light deck. If you want to make this a more chaos variant, which you certainly could, you might want to switch Thunder Nyan out. I mean, you still have a relative Thunder engine, I suppose, but this is definitely the best Thunder monster. The low rank, the low level Thunder monsters are very bad otherwise. You got, was it like Thunderball? Yeah, they're all usually pretty bad, but Thunder Nyan is the best out of that bunch. For a Searcher card, or a floater, I'm going to play 3 Shining Angel. We have a couple targets. Not a ton of targets, but a couple ones. DD Warrior Lady being 1. But we're going to play 3 kind of cards that you could float into. These are situational cards. One is Hoshinjin, in which all light monsters gain 500 attack and Dark lose 400 attack. So you could boost some of these bad boys up with this, and you know, you got to use it if you're feeling safe with it. The next ones we're playing is Jaugen, the Spiritualist. You can discard 1 random card from your hand, destroy all special summon monsters on the field. Now your player can special summon monsters. So if you're kind of on the defensive and your opponent has a bunch of special summon monsters, you can get him out and then just wreck their day, because it's just 1 random card. You can kind of play around it, but if you need to get rid of their cards, go ahead and get rid of it. Then you can tribute them off for, I don't know, like a Zaborg or a Thunder Dragon if you need to. And the other one we're playing is Banisher of the Light. 2000 defense is pretty good because you can set him if you need to. And any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. This is anti-chaos, so that works for you. It does play against yourself as well, so you gotta keep that in mind. This is probably a bit more situational. Again, these are more situational things if you need them. Otherwise, you could float into another Shining Angel for a tribute or a DD Warrior Lady. But those are the ones I came up with. For the next card, the last monster we're playing is another Thunder card. This one is definitely a tech card. Electric Snake, playing 1 of him. If he's discarded by when this card is discarded from your hand to the graveyard by an effect by your opponent, you can draw 2 cards. So if they happen to, I don't know, Delinquent Duo you or Donzalug or something, and they end up discarding you, the Electric Snake, or you end up discarding it because of Delinquent Duo, you get free 2 cards. It's a trade-off. It's great. Again, this could be a tech for something that suits your fancy, but again, this is more of a slightly more casual build. I do try to make this with not being terrible in mind, but while keeping with the theme and the criteria I gave myself. So the next cards we're playing a couple more lightning cards to kind of fit the theme. Lightning Vortex, it's still not bad. I mean, you know, you still have discard fodder for it if you don't need to have a Banisher or a Thunder Dragon or an, you know, whatever. So all face-up cards your opponent controls. All face-up monsters, which is good. The next card we're playing actually is Raigeki Break. I initially had Sakuretsu armor, but this fits the theme better. You know. Fits the lightning theme. Discard card, destroy 1 card on the field and destroy it. Again, both these cards synergizes with Thunder Dragon if you need to, or any other card you don't quite need at the time, or if you need to dump something to the graveyard, you can do that. So we're playing 2 upstarts, just a little draw power in there. Playing 2 Noblemen of Crossout and 2 Book of Moon. I think this is pretty good for the deck, because again, you're not playing too many strong monsters out the gate that can deal with certain cards like Gravekeeper Spy, so having something like Nobleman and Book of Moon can help. Also, you can book Creator if you need to get it back in defense mode. So there you go. And of course, we're playing all the staple cards. I think they all work in this deck. They all have their advantages, whether it's to bring back a monster, steal a monster, back row, draw, whatever. They all work in the deck, and that's wonderful. Next couple cards we're playing is, again, more kind of staple trap cards. So now we're going to be playing the staple trap cards you normally see. No Call of Haunted, you got Creator that brings back cards, so it's not really needed too much. So this is my Thunder Creator deck, whatever I end up calling it. Again, I like it. I do think it probably could be adjusted for more of a competitive thing, but I didn't want to play as much kind of a variety as you can. You probably would want to swap out a Sangha for another Zaborg. Maybe a couple more generic cards you could play, like that could work off of reinforcements, like an exiled force or something. It's not a deck you really see that often. The light decks, usually when someone works on attribute decks, it's usually anything but light decks. So I think Thunder was the way to go. Maybe we'll see my Reason build in some future video, or maybe like an Agents deck or a Zerato deck or something. I don't know. The doors are open for whatever. So definitely know what you think about this deck, what you would change, what would you want to see in the future. And again, if you want to request one, check out my Patreon for further information. Also, my TCG Player affiliate link in the description below if you're looking to buy some cards and also want to help support the channel as well. So until I see you all next time, have a wonderful day.
My grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba.